Hello everyone, welcome to Sam Science View channel. In today's video, we are going to listen to a science fact. How hard can the brakes get in a F1 car? Before getting into the video, please watch this entire video, and if you have any science related doubts, get it clarified through this channel. Now let's get into the video. As we have seen in the previous video, we have discussed about the braking systems about F1 cars, and now we will deal how much hard it would be when you brake in a F1 car. It's a simple answer to be said, it would be very hard. Maximum temperatures for the brake disc can reach even 1000 degrees Celsius or more. The carbon discs can easily handle these individual peak temperatures. However, high temperatures over a prolonged period can create some issues. Cooling mainly takes place on straights when the car is traveling at high speeds, allowing for a lot of air to pass through the brake ducts. On a track like Monaco, for example, cooling the brakes can become a real problem despite the relatively low speeds, as there are a lot of corners and thus a lot of braking with only very short straights in between. So, how can you cool the brakes? The brakes need air passing through the brake ducts, as I said, and out through the uprights to cool them down. There are over 1000 holes drilled into the sides of the brake disc to maximize the surface area and therefore the cooling potential. While those holes help to drop the temperatures significantly when the car is going down the straight, they also mean that the discs reach higher temperatures because the thermal mass of the disc is lower. So, what happens when the brakes get too hard? The issue with the brake disc that is too hard is that you experience a phenomenon known as fade. Fade means that there is not enough mutual friction between the pads and discs, rendering the brakes much less effective to slow the car. And it's not just the brake performance that suffers from high brake temperatures. The dispersed heat from the brakes also needs to be managed as it exits around the wheels and tires, which work in their own temperature windows to achieve peak performance. The brake duct brings in air to cool the temperatures down, but this also impacts aerodynamic performance. The bigger the air ducts, the worse the impact on aero performance, but the more cooling that is gained. So, a balance must be found in order to provide the right level of cooling while also not negatively impacting the aerodynamic flow around the brakes. The brakes can run as low as 200 degrees Celsius. If the brakes are too cold, there isn't enough bite or initial grip to slow the car down. So, the temperature management is a decisive factor in the performance of the brakes on an F1 car, and getting them in the right window is crucial. This is particularly tough at key points in the race weekend, like the race start or a safety car restart. F1 car drivers will therefore oftentimes swerve around when they follow the safety car or press the BW, that is nothing but brake warming button, on their steering wheels, which lets them override the brake balance. So, if you see the racings in the Formula One cars, you can look over that smoke coming out of the wheels, that is due to the heat released due to the brakings, and it allows cooling through the holes which is present in the ducts. So I hope so you got some idea about the how hot the brakes are being found in an F1 car. And if you have any science related doubts, you can comment about it and get it clarified. We'll meet in the next Science Fact Treasury series. Until then, it's goodbye from Sam. Take care.